quarter, everyone's starting to. What's the first name of your coach again? Nick. They're like, fire Nick. Like, and I'm like, yo, like this guy. I think at the time it was like 2 losses or like a loss. I was like, your single loss team, and you're saying fire head coach.
Yes, it's so frustrating.
In the first quarter of a game too.
Yes. And I get it, like, because there's games where you look at, like, watch the Rams, and it's like, oh, that Puka Nakua guy, they just seem to, he's never covered. Like, he's never covered it, and they just throw the ball to him, and then they drive down the field. You're like, I don't ever see nothing just drive down.
The kind of sports writing I always liked was towards the end of the season with the narrative arc of it. Because, like, you take a team and you take, like, the rough patches, wins, losses.
Yeah.
You know, you, like, draw out the players that were, like, unexpectedly good.
Yeah.
You know, you pull out the standards and stuff like that. You get the whole story of it.
Yeah.
Like, my brother gets annoyed with me for this, but, like, in a way, this is why I love baseball. Because it averages out. Like, the best team actually does win because at the end of the day, like, you just play so many damn games that, like, you can't blame it on a fluke.
Yeah.
Football has more excitement like that because you could just have the best team and then all of a sudden, like, 1 interception and the season's over. You know, if it's at the wrong time, which has its own excitement and all that stuff, but, you know, it just makes it a little more random.
Yeah.
But yeah, mid-season like this, I don't know. I remember I wasn't that young, but the year that Giants got in on the wild card with, like, I don't know, 7 losses or something like that. And Manning went and, like, fumbled his way over to a Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
You know, anything can happen.
And then an amazing catch on top of his helmet.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's not like a dominant performance. You know what I mean? That's like, hey,
Super Bowl winner.
a Super Bowl, exactly.
You know, like,
But people expect, like,
this past year, you know, like they were outscored.
Who's that?
Outplayed the Dodgers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Outscored, outplayed, out everything numerically.
Yeah.
Because they lost all their games by like 6-7 runs, and they won all of them by like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And they won the World Series.
Yeah.
Because they won when it mattered.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do some of these turtle stuff. You know, it's interesting because yesterday I was showing Bob and Phil and stuff, and the reaction kind of dictated how we went through and did the stuff. And it was like I did the arm chop thing, and Bob's reaction was, I won't tell you, but it set it up for his like a different way to do stuff. So I'm curious. Let's start with Josh. Josh, you go in the little turtle position. So I actually Phil asked. He goes. When would I ever end up in this position? Because in jiu-jitsu, like you shouldn't be in turtle position a lot. So a lot of times when this happens is like I'm in. He's in on a shot, right? So like say he might be on my legs or whatever, like that, right? So what I would try to do, if this is the position here, if he pops his head up and he steps up with his right leg, I'm immediately going down. You know what I mean? So like I'm immediately. So if he can get his head out of there, I'm screwed. Right? He's taking me down. So if I get in this position and he shoots, so if he shoots here and his head is out, I need to try to get his head between my legs. Right? I want his head under my hips. And ideally, I want to kind of put my weight on him here. Now, the problem here is he's on my leg. Right? So if he's on my leg, I need to get my leg pressed. Okay? So in order to do this, right, I cover the head here. I go hands on hips here. I go here. Okay. So once I'm here, I'm going to want to go and hit my right. So I block his arm. Like, okay, go here. I come over here. That is where I'm at. Okay? So that's how I end up in this position. Okay? What I want to do is I'm going to catch this arm here. So when I go for my arm chop. So what I'm trying to prevent from him doing here is I don't want him to go back to turtle. Right? So if he tries to go back to turtle, I got that on here. Okay? And then I don't want him to go to his back. So I need to make sure that I push. Like it's hard for me to completely just block here without like getting a wedge underneath there. So I gotta make sure I block his elbow. So I got his hand right now, and then I gotta block that elbow. I don't want that elbow to come back. He gets that elbow back, that's a problem. So I gotta make sure I keep my chest on. So what could happen here is if I am patient, he's gonna go this way, he's gonna go this way, whatever. And so if he tries to go that way, try to go this way. Okay, I don't let it. Now I got my gift wrap, and I have actually both of these. So now he can't go anywhere. This is kind of like a little straight jump position. So he can't go anywhere. I can sit here and go, okay, what am I gonna do here? Ideally, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go gift wrap and sit him on. Okay, so I'm gonna come here, lock up my gift wrap, and then I just sit him on. Okay, so see what he's doing right there. So this is gonna set up a choke. Right? See, he's pushing on my hands because he wants to break that grip there. Okay. And then I come up here and I go get him here. What I want to make sure I try to do here is I don't let him get back to his back here, and I don't want him to get here. So I want to kind of keep it set up here. And now I can just chill. Especially if I have this wrist here. I can just come in here and it'll start. Now let's get him. Pressure. Now I can just sit here and just wait.
It's uncomfortable, that's for sure.
And so, like, you know, Bob was, you know, he's been working some of this like board line, back triangle stuff, and so his immediate instinct was like, well, I'm just gonna go put him down here and start working my stuff here. And I go, well, if we put him down there, like, where's the escape? If I'm sitting up here like this, a couple inches away, my escape is either I'm gonna scoot all the way down here, right? And then I'm gonna go try to flip that leg over here and turn this way. If I'm here, my escape is gonna be here. Try to get my back on the mat, turn the face, right? If I'm here, where's my escape? If this guy behind me does not let you fall over, does not let you go on your back, like where's your escape? You know, what you can maybe think about doing, think about going like this, don't advise it, because he's gonna smash you here and then here, and you're gonna go crush your face there. So if you can keep them sat up, you can have time to start working for that choke, and you can't. See, their escape doesn't exist in that position. Maybe they can push back into you and stand up. I don't know. You might just drive them forward, slide them down.
So I was gonna say, jiu-jitsu's not real, just stand up.
Yeah. and so what's funny is, if you push back into me, I might be able to stand up. So then I just stop pushing. All right, and I just sit here. Okay? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go from this position here, down here like this. You know, you can start with him on like I said, he can step this leg up and pop that head up. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Okay? Like big problem. And it is actually, once you get your head up and you step up that leg, he's going down. Like 100%. So when I'm here, right? If I'm here like this, I need to immediately square up, and I'm gonna go push him on his hips here like this, right off here, not here, and then I'm gonna go catch. Okay? And I say, I'm gonna come here to go catch that hand. That wrist over there, and then I can go set up with, I said I don't want him, and you just can mess around a little bit, where like, you know, have him try to go to turtle. And I try to have him go on his back. He wants to go. No. Okay, so then we're gonna catch that wrist, sit him up. But I don't know how much you felt like you were
Not in control at all. Yeah, it sucks.
and you were trying to like move this way, move that way, and I'm just literally just sitting on him. Okay?
One thing, coach, when you're going around, do you want to like push
this through so you can grab it over the top, or
So if you're going to, you're talking about the top end push.
yeah. So if I'm here, right, and you're heavy here,
Just like push it in.
I was gonna say, yeah. Are you pushing it through?
So what I'm going to try
or
to
are you
do.
just trying to pull me over so that I fall on
So
it?
when I come over here,
Who's bleeding?
I don't think
I have been standing.
so. I don't have to. I don't think.
So yeah.
So as we're here, right? I'm gonna come all the way over here. So what I want to try to do is I take this arm here and I'm gonna block. And if I can,
Oh, you
then
don't want me coming back here.
yeah. Well, so that's okay because if you go back there, I'm just gonna catch here and then I'll just run like a wing here and drive you forward.
Okay.
That was tough for you. So, but all I'm gonna do is, if I can try to grab your elbow and I'm gonna block. And all I want to do now is with my knee and my tight waist, and I'm gonna run you over that wrist. Okay.
Okay.
And so like what he's doing here, like he's not letting me pull his hand in there, and that's okay. I just got a little hook on there. I'm okay with that. I actually might try to switch my grip here. Okay, so now if he tries to move here, now I have that grip there. And like I said, I'm just gonna sit here and try to do this.
I knew it. I knew there was a secret.
Yeah. But we wiped that little spot up, whatever that is.
Clean up.
So start in that position where start in that position where should be. I don't have any bloodborne pathogens. Is that the right word?
Good. I think it's just a stain. It's battle-proven mats. It's stained on there.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. So start with that position where, and you mess around with that too a little bit, like have his head there. If you can pop your head out to the right, Alec, and then just step up your right leg. Yeah, see how he just goes? So you think about that when you're in on a leg like that. If you can get your head out of there, you can finish that takedown. Good, there. Now come all the way around. So come all the way around, and now you're gonna use your arm, yes, and catch that wrist. There you go. So see how his hand is like this. If you just turn this top hand and just grab his arm like that. Yeah. Now you're good. So now you can literally just get your knees over here. Oh, you already get a gift wrap. Are you? Yeah. So now with the gift wrap, just put your hand inside there. Get a 2-on-1 grip and just sit on. Okay. And so now, as long that sucks, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you're not like off balance, you want to be comfortable back there. You just want to control him so he can't really move. All right. So if he tries to move, you just and then here. And I say if he goes to his belly, that's like 10 times.
How would I do that?
It's like 10 times. Because the reason that you would try to do that is because you're getting crunched, and you're gonna try to kick that leg back, and go into your belly, and it's just like, that is worse. Because you can't go backwards, and you can't get to your side. So you're like, well, I'm getting crushed here. I'll try to do something stupid and go to my belly, and that's just worse. If that happens, you just mount up on. Yeah, so right there, pop your head out to the right, step up your right leg. Just immediately go. You feel like you lose complete position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so keep his head covered. There. Go all the way around, and now take your right knee behind his butt.
Like up here?
Go to the other side, other side.
Like
No, other side.
Like right back here?
Yes. and then just drive him over his arm. Yes. And you want to catch that wrist with your right hand. Yeah. And that's it, right there. Because you're gonna want to eventually get wrapped this up. Okay, you're just sitting there to control him, so he can't push his get to his back, and he can't get back to turf. Right. There you go. Now get wrapped and sit him up. Just sit him straight up. So even that, pick him back up. Yep. Yes. And then, yeah.
You want to get the hooks in at that point though? Or no?
I say if you want, you can put your hooks in. Yeah, now make sure you try to sit him up, because now, yeah. 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 I'd say in the process of all that, as long as you're just sitting there, because he is like fighting for his life there. Like he's not sitting there going, man, I just can't get this thumb under here. Like you're just sitting there going, man, just can't do it. You're not like, why can't I keep a hold of him? Why can't you're just like, well, I can't get it. He's sitting there like, I can't get out of here. You know, I want to, you know, like
I'm freaking out,
yes.
man.
And you're just sitting there like, well, you know, well, why can't I get my thumb under there? Well, this just doesn't work. So this, yeah. Like your panic is way less than his panic. So you want to try to Josh pick his head up and just toss that in there.
Quarter inch from getting under that chin and having that be game over.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean, you were
again, it's just like a patience game, I think, right? Like,
Yes. I
See,
say
I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm good. I'm just gonna let you wiggle, I guess.
yeah.
And then it's like,
So keeping my arm out there, you just slid under it, right?
So you had your arm out.
Yep.
And I don't know why, but like,
I was trying to
I
keep
guess
it away
like
from you.
avoid
to
getting gift wrapped.
See what I'm.
You like went this way.
And then you went in your back.
So I was like, okay.
Okay.
And then go for the triangle.
Yeah.
So if you're here and you feel that this is what you think you're gonna do. You think you're gonna come up here and come here, right? Every time. Every time you're in that position, you feel like you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm here, my arm's here, I'm just gonna go like this, and I'm gonna come here. And if they see this,
Don't cease.
done, right? You can. This 100% will work. But the likelihood of them not seeing this is pretty slim. You know, someone with a little more experience, they're going to see this.
Game over.
Game over. They're just going to block it. And then, as you're sitting here, you're like, oh, well, I guess I should get my elbow. Okay, where's the shoulder at? Settle in here. And again, this guy is fighting, like trying to get out of here. And you're just like, just settle in here. Start wiggling your shoulders
I'm
around.
gonna need you can't see what time it is. Got things to do after this school.
Yes, exactly. So try to get behind him, and use your hand across his belly to pull him down. Yes. You have to use your knee. Yes. So if you flare your right elbow up a little bit, you might be able to, you might be able to catch that. You don't need to force it, because you're in a dominant position. Right? Since you're in a dominant position, he's eventually going to have to.
Exactly. I think what happened, you were so heavy. Yep. Yeah. That's it.
So you eating from here, Alec? You can pick. That's it. Yep. And your left knee follows you out. So what's hard here is unlike you and I, these big guys don't. Right, so he can vary his neck like this. I said last night, Bob and Phil just like this. And so it is.
I was going to say, if your hand just comes a little probably higher, look right there.
Block off your hair.
So there.
That's what I'm going to go into, like,
Right.
for real panic mode. Because it's like, the chair on my chin is uncomfortable, but I can
Let me show
barely
you.
still breathe.
Let me show you something real quick. So if we're here like this and I can't get it, you can literally take this on, take this here, and hide your elbows. Like this, this does not feel good at all. So right now, if I'm in here like this and I have this, and I go like that elbow, his head is gonna go nasty crush. Because it's here, so number one's across like the knee here, and then I said I'm just gonna go like this. And now if you don't give him the space to go back here, like he's done. Right? And I said that's yeah. So that right there is usually what happens is they're like, screw this. They just slide into the choke. Because no one likes to get their face crushed like that. Like that, Rick. So here and here. And you should pull that in tight and just kind of twist here. Because you're taking this and crushing it.
Where was that? You twisted. So I tend to depends on who I'm rolling with. What? So anyone that's bigger than me, I probably won't do it too. and then anyone that's smaller than me, you're a big dickhead. But you're like, hey, we're equal size, and I don't really know you. Man, this is probably the only time I'm ever gonna roll with you. Probably never see you again. Maybe. but that will 100% work. But that you're not gonna get a lot of friends, right? But you know, if you did something like that and someone like got up and got pissed off at you, like, dude, could have easily just lifted your head. Like I didn't crank, you know, I'd be like, I didn't crank it. You could have easily lifted your head up. You could have protected yourself, because I think that's what I learned on day one, is you just protect yourself. Right? And then they'd be like So one of the things when you're in that turtle position here, what I'm trying to do, and I say these big guys. So I'm gonna try to come here, block the arm. I want to get my arm all the way deep. Okay, see how my knee is here. So I'm gonna try to take this knee and this arm, and I'm gonna try to just block. And so right now, actually, since his elbow is inside his knee, I'm gonna use my elbow on this side also as a block. So all I'm doing is taking this here and this here. I'm trying to block. I'm trying to run it over the block. So I'm here and run it over. And see, then I use my knee. I said, I'm gonna go here. Yep. And you got it.
And you got it.
Hold it.
Shit.
dragging his wrist here, and he had his arm here, and all I did was I just.
I was gonna say, so that's what I noticed, like with you, like whenever you have the wrist, I'm trying to like push out straight. The more I try and push out straight, if you just use the inside of that elbow, kind of push this arm forward, that's what sets you up into that, like a triangle. Like, so just stay heavy on this arm. And the more that I try and straighten it out, the more you can just kind of like move both arms up.
All right, so go to the turtle position here. All right, so now I say if I want to I want to break him down. I'm gonna drive his face to the mat and his shoulder. I'm show you how. The guy can tell he's in turtle position. You're gonna go turtle position. Okay. You're awfully hidden.
What's the secrets?
So I shouldn't have said it. So I gotta get inside this arm. Okay. Okay, so I need to get inside this arm here. Okay. So what I want to do is get that hand here. Okay. So once I have that hand, I want to take this out and I want to drive my elbow to the mat. I want to take my elbow and put it parallel to his body here. So I want to be here, and I'm going to use my other arm here again. I'm pushing out on his thigh with my fist, but at the same time, I'm using my forearm to pull him here. So I'm using my hand to push on his thigh, but I'm using my arm to kind of pull him this way. But I'm doing that by so watch, like my hand goes out. But see how my forearm comes here. So I'm moving his body this way, and I said I got this grip. Very important that I have this grip. Okay, the grip on it's like the 3 fingers on the pinky of his hand. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, and I'm here, and I take that elbow to the mat. Okay, and so if that elbow's to the mat like that, okay, he's gonna go flat. So he went to his side, right?
I'm keeping it.
Which is good, right? It's good that he went to his side for me. So what I'm gonna do is just my hook, and I'm here. So I'll grab his wrist here, okay, and then I'm just gonna like this. Sit him up, okay. So these hands here, okay,
Photos.
right? Yeah. So I have both of his hands here, and all I'll try to put my hook in. I do like it. But I have these hooks in here. Okay? So what I could try to do is if I want to choke him with his
with my own hands.
Yeah. No. So I gotta think about this, right? So I want to choke him with my left arm. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to block his hand from I'm going to try to block his hand from like defending the choking. So if I come here, if I come with this arm here, he's going to immediately try to grab his hand bone. Okay? Yeah. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go like this. So I'm going to come up here. Okay, that's it. He's giving pretty good reasons here. I need to go. I can try to grab. If he brings his hand close, I can try to grab here, and then I have a choke here because it's immediately going to come here because his hand is here. Okay, so if I'm here like this, and I try to reach and grab here, he might try to put his arm away. Okay, so then I'm just going to come up here and block his hand with his hand from getting to mine. Okay, and then I'm going to come here and I'm going to go work my choke. Remain calm. So right there, that right there is a problem. This is why I don't necessarily make the hook in, but I can sit up here. My hook is not strong enough to hold it in here. And then if I'm in here like this, I can try to keep those grips in here. But it's his, if he starts sliding down, it's problem. Yeah, that's a problem there. My hooks are not tight enough here. So what I need to try to do to finish this, especially I need to try to get my thumb underneath his chin. And then I'll start working here. Okay, my thumb is still there. Okay. Start working here. And now I said I'm in a good spot. My thumb is still there. And now things are just slowly moving into place. So if I lose his chin and he starts coming down here, that's in a swamp. Come up stuff here. Now go from on. And again, I'm just my legs are just laying up. And I cross it. And then just thinking. That's where I don't want to go. I don't want to fall there. Okay? So, this is what we want to do. We're going to come here like this. That's it. We want to get inside here. Go get that hand. Okay? This hand here. And I said, I'm literally just going to take my elbow, put it on the mat. When I put it on the mat, he goes in. Okay? Yeah. And now once my elbow's on the mat, it's hard for him to move. Like if he tries to sit up here.
This is not comfortable on my hand, coach.
Yeah. I know this.
Do a barrel roll.
Right? Right. So now we're where we need to be. I don't know, here it is. That's it. I can just sit here, chill. One thing that you could potentially do here is if he extends his arm straight, right? Don't lock him in together, right? So if he extends his arm straight, I can pull this back. Oh, it's not great. I can get it behind his back, and then this is the problem. Because if I can get this here, he's done. It's like I can lock up here and I can take it down, or I can just come up here and just drive this up and rip the shoulder off. Would that feel awesome?
That feels great.
Okay. All right, stop it.
We need to do more with the hamstrings, stretching out, my hamstrings and my glutes, not my shoulders and arms.
we can do that. All right. So I said I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go find this hand here. This hand punches. You can feel the pressure on the leg here, and I'm here. Okay. Can you get your shoulder off on that? It's hard, right? You can't move because of this grip here. Okay, if I feel like I'm slipping this grip, I can just feel here. But my elbows on the mat, you can't move. Stupid, right? Stupid, right? Literally, I'm holding him down with my elbow, and I got his wrist now. But you can't move, right? You can't move.
No.
Then I just literally set my hook over here, jump around here. Okay, and I said, we can go hook, we can go here, and tight here, put his head down. So that's the other thing too, is a lot of times people give you a reaction. So if I come here like this, and I push his head down
He's
here,
gonna want to push back.
he's gonna want to push back, and then, terrible decision. And then, but I say, you're gonna sit there like this, right? And then you're not doing it. You're just sitting there waiting for him to do it. You could use some psychological warfare. Go, well, not just now. I'm going to do it. Small people and they'll do something. I'm joking.
I always enjoy those moments to catch my breath for 10 seconds
Yeah.
while determining I still don't know what to do, but at least I can breathe a little bit.
Yeah. All right, let's get this go. We're going to go break down. Try to use that wrist. We're going to go inside that arm, so underneath it. And you're going to grab that hand. So you're going to take your elbow, punch there, and put your elbows over.
Put this elbow to the mat.
Yep. And you want to try to get out front. You want to try to get that out front. Yes. Yeah. And now once he's there, just scoot away from him and get his hips back. Yep. And now, so you sit up there with there, put your elbow. We need to put our other hook in. You feel comfortable with that, and then we're making choke. And I say this is hard, right? Because they're always gonna be fighting for that rear naked, right? To try to get the thumb underneath his chin. I say if you can get it, great. If not, just don't let him see it. Like I always go back to my seatbelt if I feel like I'm losing. I'll sit him up here. And then you want to try the front neck, or you try the front neck. So if you feel like you're losing him there, sit him back up. Because we don't want him there. I could. It's just too big. So if you can, go back to here and just use these to lift them up. I like to use grab both wrists and just lift them back up. That'll sit them back up.
Oh, like just
Take
Come
both
back
hands,
under.
sit them back up.
I have to
You know, if you have
let go here. And
if
come
you
back.
have your seatbelt, you do the same thing. You have the hand here, seatbelt, lift it back up. It's not as easy as two, but one can work. You can do that right there. Just pop that up and put it back. So if you want, you can step over and put that hook in. So, Josh, see how you're here? I would. So, when I'm in this position and I know I can't get the choke, I just.
I can't sit back up like he said. It's like
I know it's true. It's tough to get back
to like sit back up. You kind of have to like let go of everything.
So, if I'm here like this, right? So I'm here like this, and I have this, and I'm starting to work my choke. Okay. So you're saying I can't sit up from here, right? That's what you're saying. Yeah, I get you. So what I would try to do is I would try to actually move into here and sit back. I would try to roll him back through and sit him back up. Okay. So like I say, if he's here like this, here, I would try to either hook, because I can use my leg to here, because I got this hook here, this hook's here, right? So then I would just try to roll back to the right, like this here, and I would try to sit him up. And even if I have to go like this, that's fine, because I don't care. I'll get back to my choke, right? And I say, if you start sliding down, that's when I feel like I lose things here, and I just hand it off here. Then I can start working my triangle here. Yeah, so he gets his back on the mat, you're screwed. You get your back on the mat, you're screwed. That's why I say
It's only to skate.
yes. That's why I say if they fall over and they start working their back on the mat. If I'm here like this and I can get down to here, I'm out. If I can get to here, I am halfway out. He might be behind me, but I am close to getting him. Right? If I'm over here, I'm literally an elbow or shoulder away of getting him. If I'm up here, I don't know what I'm doing. I have to get to here and then make that move. So it's like, where's my escape here? Now, the problem is they're in this position. They can move their shoulders here. So you might have to maybe pull the arms down, get the arms down here to extend their shoulders here, or sit there and wait. I say you can create some pressure forward and make them up. Because if I'm here like this, I can feel tension in my spine. I don't like that. And my leg comes in here, it helps relieve some pressure here. Still don't like this. And then if you start pushing on my head, and then you start pushing my head down to my foot, or my head. If I'm here like this is like, I'm gonna quit. Right? They're gonna start. But the problem with a lot of this stuff, and just in jiu-jitsu in general, is you're not supposed to be like forcing submissions. Like they're supposed to give you submissions. So they have to be uncomfortable enough to make you, unless you're stronger than someone. Unless you're stronger than someone, you can just rip things through. This is why, jiu-jitsu is like self-defense, like 100%. Like this is not jiu-jitsu is not supposed to be an offensive thing. Like it's, you're not gonna go on the street and go, man, this guy's a real douchebag, I'm gonna take him down. Like,
Welcome to the dojo.
yes, exactly.
Sit down on the sidewalk.
Exactly. And it's funny because people like, they make fun of jiu-jitsu and say, no, in reality, this was created like you fell off your horse. Like you were a samurai, you fell off your horse, and you're on the ground. You fell off your horse, and you're, oh shit, I ain't got my sword. And you're, oh, I gotta get up. And now the guy's coming at you, you're like, all right, well, I can get up. And then once you get on top, like, or you get to your feet, if you realize that, hey, if it's 1v1, you're like, all right, maybe I can win this battle. But you're like, I'm in their village or in their whatever. Like, if I beat this guy, there's like 10 other guys. Do I really? Do I just not want to get the hell out of here? And that's why. Because think about it. If you're here like this, you're here. Josh is like this. Almost impossible it is for us to go, you know what? I'm going to lift Josh's head up and slide it under here. Because, what's he, 140 pounds? Right? You know what I mean? Like, now, if I get Josh to do something, it's going to slide it in there, right? If I get him uncomfortable to make him, push here or do something there, or he makes a mistake, he lifts his elbow. Because, the way you guys are drilling, like you're here. Like, you're not giving anything. Right, which is okay, and this is what's going to happen when you go live. They're not going to get. They're like, I ain't moving. Right? They're not like, oh, I'm out here floating around. Now, when you start rolling, that can happen. Oh shit! That's when you catch stuff. That's when you realize it. So when you're drilling, it's like, if you're here like this, dude, you're not getting a choke. Like it's almost impossible. Like I don't know what you're going to do to move here without like smashing their face or doing this and doing this. Like you're not gonna get it. Okay? All right, you want to try some live here?
That scoop that you did, just a bridge pretty much.
What's that?
The last thing you showed where you were just scooping up back to sit him up.
So I rolled him, and as in the motion, I sat him.
Yeah.
So it's like you're like this. So I actually have here, right? So I roll him and sit. Okay, but I'm in position. I'm already chest to back.
Yeah.
So it's not like this. It's not like you know what I mean. Like I'm here. I'm underneath him. I just roll and I sit up. Okay.
Maybe to work on that next class. Is the whole like sitting back up.
Sitting back up. Okay.
Underhook.
Yeah. All right. So one person down. them right where you want them. Some of that. Yeah. Trying to get chest to back.
Watching out for those ankles.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh damn, I can't got one.
Did you cross your ankles or?
For a split second.
Push on the hips. Keep that coming. Keep that coming. Keep that coming. I'm gonna step up and just finish it.
See, now it feels like I just started.
What's that?
So now it feels like I just started on Bob.
Try to work on under with that right hand now. Cross the back. Start working towards that. Do your skate to that side. Gotta keep working, keep working. So with that hand, if you start working across his back, try to grab his back, and then you start slowly working your head out. And you can take it down.
Okay.
He had a killer death grip on that head, so I don't know if that head
I don't know. Well, once I got the shoulders of Matt,
Yeah.
I feel a lot better anyway.
Yeah. Alright, you just want to do a 6-minute round? Or you keep going 1 minute? Done? Al, you want to go? I'd go around.
Yeah, let me check my time.
I was about to
It-
say,
it
if you
is-
guys,
It
if
is
you guys
7:30.
get your lungs in, I'm gonna be.
Probably have to go or else I'll be late.
Alright.
I'm spending too much time learning.
You
I
know-
find if it's like 7:28, 7:29,
Yeah.
I can pull it every time it's after 7:30 and I go.
Yeah.
I'm late.
I know it.
So, it's interesting because, I sit there and think about how obviously how to teach these classes and stuff. And, like today, when you guys were drilling, you were kind of like let's say giving each other like kind of
Little openings.
like a little hard time, right? When you were drilling the technique, okay? So there's always you can do that where you kind of got like a little sort of a live controlled little tiny session of like, hey, this stuff doesn't work. Like you're in here like this. Well, what am I supposed to do with the arms and stuff? So there's a couple ways to go at it. Like, hey, you just give them it. Let you're just drilling, blah blah blah. I would say very beginners, you should do that. Like very beginners, like, hey, just let them do the like routines. Go through the motions. Like we're in karate class.
I was gonna say that's kind of how I felt out there one time when I was in Turtle. Something like in Turtle, and I'm just like, but there was like nothing I could do, right?
So this is when you were in the.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm in Turtle, and he's like bumping me around, but I'm like doing my best to like stay. So I was like, I want out of Turtle.
Yeah.
And he had like reached under and grabbed like not my hand but like the wrist. So I was like, I'll fall over on it. Not the move. Just if you can't do anything and they aren't doing anything,
yeah,
stay put. Be patient.
Be patient. Yeah.
Well, we both got one way or another. The other guy tipped over on the side after grabbing the hand, so.
Yeah.
I just know that like I was in Turtle and
Even knowing it was
you were
coming.
bumping one way and the other way, and I was just like, okay, I'm good, but I can't do anything.
Yeah, it's hard for you to escape there.
And so when he reached through, and I was like, all right, well I can trap this arm because he doesn't have like my hand. He just kind of had my wrist.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll trap the wrist. And when he did, the arm just immediately came in. I was like, "Oh, this is terrible. What did I do?"
Yeah. That's it. So there's jiu-jitsu is all about control and finding opportunities. The only thing sometimes that control, the guy that you're controlling doesn't care and it's not uncomfortable. So sometimes you have to find stuff that is controlling and painful. Controlling and painful. If you get controlling and painful, you're winning. Because they have to move. Like you said, if you're patient, like, hey, this doesn't hurt, I just sit here and hang out. No big deal. But if you're creating pain at the same time, or pain or discomfort, like, smothering them, they can't breathe.
Cessation of breathing.
Yes. Like you're crushing them forward, they might not like that. They might push back and give you something. So it's like control and pain. Right? And it's a balance of both.
Should be the motto. MetchenFit Jiu Jitsu. Control and pain.
Control and pain. It used to be control and discipline, now it's control and pain.
See you on Thursday.
All right, later.
They call me Advil because I control pain.